Welcome back to CooklyEats, where we take on all things food. And today we're doing something super fun, the ultimate comfort food showdown. We are making 3 different types of mac and cheese. When I think of mac and cheese, I think of the creamy, dreamy version that I grew up with. But we're also going to have some fun with it and make a Southern-style baked mac and cheese and a really fun gourmet take on mac and cheese that even includes truffle. So let's get started. Now, I'm actually going to start with the baked version of the mac and cheese, because I do think it takes a little bit longer and I want you guys to have plenty of time to make these. To begin, I'm cooking my pasta according to package directions. While that's going on, I'm going to mix together the ingredients for my cheese sauce. I've got 5 ingredients here: butter, flour, salt, pepper, and paprika. This is going to be a real quick roux. We just want to thicken our sauce and then we're going. Now add the milk and the cheese in the milk and the cheese will kind of melt together and make our cheese sauce. The last ingredient here, the thing that's gonna make this a Southern-style mac and cheese, is some sharp cheddar cheese. And I love sharp cheddar. I think if you're going to have a really rich dish like mac and cheese, you might as well add some flavor along with it. Once the pasta is cooked, I'm going to drain it and then I'm going to pour half of the pasta into my greased baking dish. I'm going to top it with all of the cheese sauce and then I'm going to put the rest of the pasta on top of that cheese sauce. Now I'm just going to spread it around so that everything is evenly coated. And then we're going to mix together the ingredients for our topping. Just some more butter, some breadcrumbs, and a little bit of extra cheese to make sure that this thing is nice and cheesy when it comes out of the oven. Once that's all mixed together, I'm going to sprinkle it on top of the macaroni and cheese and then we can pop it in the oven. This is going to bake for about 25 minutes or until it's nice and golden brown on top. While that's baking away in the oven, I'm going to move over to the stove and get started on the creamy version of the mac and cheese. The first step to this recipe is, again, making a roux. We're whisking together butter and flour until it looks like sand. And once we have that beautiful blonde roux, we're going to slowly whisk in the milk until the mixture is smooth, and then we'll bring it to a simmer. We just want to thicken this sauce a little bit before we add our cheese. And the cheese that we're going to use here is Velveeta. This is what makes this mac and cheese really special. It has those little bits of cheddar in it that just add an extra layer of flavor. It's already seasoned, so all we need to do is keep stirring this sauce until the cheese melts and we have ourselves some mac and cheese. And now we can fold in the pasta. You do not want to overbeat this sauce, so you just want to fold the pasta in until it's evenly coated. And now that the cheese sauce is thickening, I'm going to turn off the heat and we can serve this right away. It doesn't need any extra time in the oven or anything. We can eat it right away. The last mac and cheese that we're going to make today is going to be a fun one. We're going to take this creamy version that we just made and add some really great toppings to make it a little bit fancier, a little bit more gourmet. Some of the toppings that I'm going to use include a little bit of truffle oil and some crispy bacon bits. I'm going to fry up some bacon, and while the bacon is cooking away, I'm going to add a little bit of truffle oil to the mac and cheese. A little goes a long way with the truffle oil, so just be careful. I'm going to mix everything together and then I'm going to top it with the bacon bits and then we can serve this. All right, so our Southern-style mac and cheese has finished baking. Let's go take it out of the oven and see how it looks. Looks so good. I mean, does that not look like something that you would want to dig into? I think I know what my favorite one is already, but we have 2 more to go. So don't count us out just yet. We're going to let this cool down for just a second and then dig in. All right, let's try this. Okay, first bite. This is so good. It's cheesy, it's rich, it's creamy, it's got that sharpness from the cheddar, it's got a nice crispy top. This is the definition of comfort food. While that's cooling, we're going to move over to the stove and finish up our other 2 versions of the mac and cheese. Now that the bacon is finished cooking, I'm going to remove it from the pan and set it off to the side to cool. Then I'm just going to sprinkle some of the crispy bacon bits on top of the mac and cheese. It's looking really good. But let's not forget the truffle oil. Just a little drizzle. That truffle is going to add an earthy, rich flavor to this mac and cheese, and then we can serve this fancy mac and cheese. This creamy version that we made is also really great. It's that perfect childhood mac and cheese, but now it has crispy bacon and truffle oil. So let's give this a try. Okay, this is so good. I am in a food coma right now. This is that perfect childhood mac and cheese. The Velveeta adds such a great flavor to this. And then the bacon and the truffle really elevate this to a gourmet level. But which one's my favorite? I think the baked version is my favorite. That crispy top really sells it for me. I love the texture and the flavor that it adds. Before we move on to the taste test of all 3 versions of the mac and cheese, I want to show you the ingredients for all 3 recipes. If you're looking for a budget-friendly recipe, then this creamy version of the mac and cheese is probably your best bet. It uses really inexpensive ingredients, and you can make a huge batch of this for not a lot of money. The gourmet truffle version is definitely the most expensive, but it's so worth it. The star of the show is definitely the Southern baked mac and cheese. This recipe is just full of flavor. You've got the sharpness of the cheddar cheese, the richness of the butter, and the creaminess of the milk. All of these combined together make a super flavorful mac and cheese that you will want to make again and again. I have all 3 versions of the mac and cheese here in front of me, and I got to say they all look amazing. I'm so excited to dig in. The first one I'm going to try is obviously going to be the Southern version. So let's give this a try. Okay, this is so good. Like I said before, it's rich, it's creamy, it's got that perfect bite from the sharp cheddar, and then the golden glow from the top, the crispy breadcrumbs that just brings the whole thing together. Okay, so this is amazing. But now I'm curious to try the other 2 versions of the mac and cheese. I'm going to start with the creamy version. This is so good. It's that perfect childhood mac and cheese. It reminds me of when my mom used to make it for me when I was sick. And then I remember we would always have it with a grilled cheese sandwich on the side. Oh man, I wish my mom was here so we could eat some of this mac and cheese together. This is the definition of comfort food. It's creamy, it's dreamy, and it's got that cheesy goodness that we all love. And now we have the final version of the mac and cheese. This one has some fancy ingredients, but I think it still holds true to the original meaning of mac and cheese. Okay, this is amazing. This has all of the flavors of the other mac and cheeses that we tried, but it also has some earthy notes from the truffle, and then that salty, savory flavor from the bacon. Each one of these mac and cheeses are so amazing. I am in a food coma right now. I feel so happy and full after eating all of this mac and cheese. I think it's impossible to pick a winner. Each one is amazing in its own way. But if I had to pick a winner, I would probably go with the Southern baked version. The crispy top just sells it for me. It's the perfect combination of textures and flavors. But which one is your favorite? Is it the creamy, dreamy childhood version, the gourmet truffle version, or the Southern baked version? Comment below and let me know. Well, thanks for joining me on this cheesy journey. I hope you enjoyed this episode of CooklyEats. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to CooklyEats for more comfort food battles and budget-friendly recipes. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on CooklyEats.